Protein is an essential nutrient. The body needs it to make things like enzymes, hormones, receptors, motor proteins, and build muscle. We acquire protein through our diet in foods like eggs, meat, fish, nuts, and even protein powder. Really, any source of protein is acceptable for your diet, except for one specific protein molecule you want to avoid eating. It consists of two protein chains totaling 529 amino acids, is sourced from a seed native to East Africa, and a few milligrams of it can be lethal. This simple protein is none other than ricin. You may know about ricin due to its use in the crime drama Breaking Bad, but aren't sure how it works. In this video, I'll discuss how and why this simple protein molecule is so dangerous to consume. This is the dark science of ricin. But first, the sponsor for today's video, Exter. Exter makes high-quality personal and travel essentials such as wallets, backpacks, and accessories that go above and beyond expectations. I got their Parliament wallet, which comes with a carbon fiber card holder and a solar-powered card tracker. Both the Parliament wallet and card holder are smaller than a conventional wallet, hold 12 cards plus cash, blocks RFID skimming, and has this nifty release to access your cards. The coolest part about this wallet is if you lose it, you can track its location using the solar-powered card tracker. A 3-hour charge lasts a full 2 months and is voice-activated using Siri, Alexa, or Google. Exter is also environmentally conscious. Their wallets are made with environmentally certified premium leather and comes in 6 different colors. With the wallet, carbon fiber card holder, and card tracker, you can carry up to 12 cards plus cash, prevent RFID skimming, easily access your cards, and locate your wallet if it's ever lost. If you're not sure what to get someone this holiday season, the Exter wallet makes a great gift. Just the easy card access alone makes it worth it. Get up to 55% off using the code DARKSCIENCE at exter.com, and check out the Black Friday sale from November 10th up until the 26th. Ricin is made of 2 linked protein chains called ricin toxin A and ricin toxin B. Each protein chain plays a different role in the toxic effects ricin has on the body. Both proteins must be present and bound together for the ricin to be toxic. For example, barley grains contain the same protein A toxin found in ricin. However, there is no protein B toxin attached to it, making it safe to eat. Without protein B, ricin cannot get inside cells and cause damage. Ricin can enter the body through ingestion, injection, inhalation, or even dissolving into mucosal membranes in the eyes, as an airborne dust. The protein has a tightly packed structure due to disulfide bonds that make it resistant to destructive acids in the stomach. Once in the body, the ricin toxin B protein binds to a glycoprotein called N-acetylgalactosamine on the surface of cells. When toxin B attaches to this glycoprotein, it triggers the cell to engulf the entire ricin protein into the cell. Chemical kinetic studies have found about 107 ricin molecules can bind to the surface of a single cell. Once inside the cell, vesicles shuttle ricin to the Golgi apparatus. Here, an enzyme called disulfide isomerase cleaves the disulfide bond, joining the toxin A and toxin B proteins. Once separated, ricin toxin A has an enzyme pocket that becomes exposed, allowing it to function as an enzyme. Toxin A is then released into the cytoplasm, where it wreaks havoc on the cell. In the cytoplasm are organelles called ribosomes, which are responsible for assembling amino acids into proteins. These newly assembled proteins go on to become cell receptors, enzymes, hormones, etc. On average, ribosomes synthesize about 42 million protein molecules per cell. Without functioning ribosomes, a cell cannot live. Once in the cytoplasm, toxin A binds to the ribosome and cleaves an adenine molecule from it. This adenine molecule is needed to stabilize amino acids while they're being assembled. With the adenine molecule now gone, amino acids aren't stabilized and proteins cannot be assembled. As a result, the cell cannot make new protein. Ricin toxin A is able to perform this enzymatic activity at an alarming rate, owing to its toxicity. Kinetic studies have shown that a single ricin toxin A protein can deactivate up to 1,500 ribosomes per minute. All of the important products protein is made into, such as enzymes, receptors, motor proteins, etc., are no longer made in the cell. Now, with deactivated ribosomes, cells begin to shut down. Over several days, this results in slow and agonizing organ failure, taking on average 3 to 5 days to cause mortality. There is no known cure for ricin poisoning. There are vaccines that allow the body to generate antibodies that stop the protein from entering cells. Unfortunately, ricin vaccines are a specialty vaccine and are hard to get. Ultimately, survival is dependent on the dose of ricin. A low dose usually causes localized organ damage, whereas a high dose causes systemic organ failure. Though a low dose is not fatal, it can cause permanent damage to vital organs, such as the liver, kidneys, and lungs. Oddly enough, though ricin is highly toxic, it hasn't found much use in the military. This is because ricin is difficult to deploy effectively and breaks down in long-term storage. Nonetheless, ricin has found use in smaller-scale applications. Perhaps the most famous use of ricin as a weapon was in the 1978 assassination of Bulgarian dissident and author Georgy Markov. Markov was a Bulgarian writer and broadcaster who fled Bulgaria for the UK in 1969. At the time, Bulgaria was under communist rule by the USSR. Once in England, Markov published critical articles and broadcasts about his experience under communism. On September 7, 1978, while waiting for a bus on the Waterloo Bridge in London, Markov was shot in the leg with a pellet, fired from a fabricated umbrella gun using pressurized CO2. The pellet was filled with ricin and sealed with a sugar coating. When it penetrated the skin and entered the bloodstream, the sugar dissolved, releasing ricin into the blood. Within hours, Markov became gravely ill and was checked into a hospital. Doctors were unable to diagnose Markov, being unaware of what had happened. Markov passed away on September 11th, just 4 days later. During the autopsy, the coroner found a pellet lodged in the back of Markov's leg. The pellet was 1.7 millimeters in diameter, was 90% platinum, and had 2 holes drilled in it, which held the ricin. Now that we know how ricin works, a more important question follows. Where does it come from? Ricin is found in the inner oily tissue of the castor bean, a flowering plant native to East Africa. Castor beans are grown to extract castor oil from the bean, as it's 50% oil by weight. Castor oil itself is used medicinally as a laxative and moisturizer. Luckily, since the ricin protein is hydrophobic, it does not dissolve well in oil and is not found in castor oil. However, for safety regulations, castor oil is heated to 176 Fahrenheit prior to being sold. Temperatures of 176 Fahrenheit denatures ricin. Denaturing causes the protein chains to fold and bend, making it a completely different protein that is non-toxic. The majority of ricin actually remains in the dried crushed bean mass called oil cake. The ricin protein must be extracted and purified from the oil cake to be used, which won't be discussed in this video for obvious reasons. Sometimes science can be seen as difficult, foreign, and even boring. Yet, there are times when science grabs our attention and draws us in, yearning for more answers. Often, what draws us in are topics that are dark, macabre, or terrifying. It's with the intention of this video that you too were drawn in and sought to have your questions answered. Thanks for watching Dark Science.